Hey Sasha. Sasha is our first pet really that we got. We adopted her from the shelter when our son was a baby. And she was a kitten when we adopted her. My son is now 11 years old, which means Sasha is about 11 years old as well. She's an old girl. She has moved with us in every house that we've rented and lived in. Brought her over here and she's been doing great. She's an outdoor barn cat, and we plan on taking her with us when we move as well. Hopefully it's not too windy out here. We're supposed to be getting another storm apparently. Haven't been paying attention to that at all. We've been so busy, luckily rehoming lots of our animals. So I don't have that many animals to worry about this time around if we do end up getting a really bad storm. I have a feeling it's not going to be that bad though, fingers crossed. So I am out here. I always forget while I'm doing little jobs and projects, I always forget to pick up the camera and record what I'm doing because some of you may be interested in that. So I got the last turkey that was in here out of here and put her in with the others, and I'm breaking down this turkey pen. This worked out pretty good except for the last batch of turkeys we had in here. They just kept figuring out how to fly out from the top. But it did work for like full grown turkeys, the adult ones that we had in here. So I'm just popping out the zip ties that we had the fence connected to these T-posts. I'm wiggling out these T-posts, setting everything to the side. We're going to be using this to build a temporary pig pen for Bubba the pig. So the last video we left off, I was getting ready to do our last open farm day, and we successfully did that, and then already have started rehoming our animals. So right now I have gotten rid of about half of our turkeys that we had. We just sold my daughter's silkies yesterday, so somebody came and picked all those up yesterday. And as you can see right here, this is where Boba the pig was. She is gone, sadly. I miss coming back here and seeing her. The first night or the first morning we woke up and she wasn't here. Just felt kind of weird, kind of empty, but she went to a great home and I'm very excited for them to have Boba. They did not want Bubba, the male pig. They weren't interested in breeding anytime soon. They just wanted her. They fell in love with her. It was actually the same people that came and got our turkeys, fell in love with her and ended up picking her up after a couple days after they had built a pen and everything. So Boba is gone, half of our turkeys are gone, and we have some sheep that are reserved. Somebody reserved our ram, which I thought he was going to be a lot harder to get rid of, but luckily somebody's taking him, plus Cookie and Snow White, so the little white sheep over here. Somebody's gonna take that little trio. So right now I am working on selling off the last three, which will be Chloe's baby, which is Coco, and then another brown one that we have all the way over there that is Cookie's baby. She's about 2 years old though, so she's not really a baby, she's an adult sheep. So we have 3 sheep reserved, the little mating trio that they wanted, plus 3 female sheep that are left now. I shouldn't have no trouble selling them since people are always looking for female sheep. We decided our best bet with Bubba the pig here would be to just raise him for meat for ourselves. I mean, we're not in any rush to sell him. We're not in any rush to move quite yet. So I figured we're going to be here within the next few months anyway. But what we have to do is separate him from Peanut because Peanut is way too greedy. He's hogging all the food. Peanut continues to get bigger and bigger while Bubba is having a hard time catching up. And Bubba has grown in size, but like he hasn't put on the pounds because Peanut is being so greedy with his food. Our initial plan with Bubba was for him to be our breeder boar that we were going to breed with Boba, but since the people who bought Boba didn't really want him, we figured let's just raise him for ourselves, and we're going to separate. That's why I was pulling out the panels over there. We're going to try to figure out how to make a pen just for Bubba by himself. We're going to feed him some like higher protein feed that's meant for growing the pigs and putting on some pounds, because age wise he's 14 months old. He is not that big. So I think once we separate him and get him well fed and just give him extra feedings of that higher protein food, he's gonna grow within no time. And then that'll help us also reduce Peanut's feed, because he's definitely eating way too much than what he's supposed to be. So he'll slim down and lose some weight while Bubba here gets a little bit bigger, so that we can process him, and we'll do all the work ourselves. We process the smaller animals right here, and we've done it before, so we can do that and then stock up our freezer with pork. So we're going to build him a separate pen, and that way we can properly feed him and have him away from Peanut. I'm going to try to find Peanut a new home. I have a sanctuary in mind that we brought our ponies to when we were rehoming our donkey and our ponies. So that sanctuary took our 2 mini ponies. They were senior ponies. I have a feeling that they'll accept Peanut with open arms. They do have other pigs, and Peanut is so friendly, and you can rub his belly, and he'll flip right over for you. So I think that might be a good home for him. But if they do not want any more pigs, then I am not quite sure what we're gonna do with Peanut. He's definitely a pet pig, and we said we weren't gonna eat him, and so I just want to find him like a forever home. So that is pretty much what's been going on. Just cleaning up, spring cleaning on the farm this fall time, getting rid of the animals, but also making sure that they are going to good homes. So far I've been very happy with everybody who our animals have went to. We're not getting rid of Turbo. A couple people have asked about Turbo, but we're definitely taking him with us when we move. And then hopefully wherever we do move, we have a little pond or something, or some type of natural resource, so that we can keep Turbo with a couple other duck friends. So as we're rehoming animals, I am getting rid of things that we can get rid of, like inside of the pens. Once I get rid of the turkeys, the rest of them, I will get that cleaned out, and I'm going to be leaving the structures here, because hopefully whoever does buy this property, let me try to get out of the wind. Hopefully this is a little better, out of the direct wind. Like I was saying, hopefully whoever purchases or ends up with our property after us is interested in homesteading. I mean, this property is literally any homesteader's dream, especially now that we've put in even more work to just prepare for anybody who is moving here next after us that might want animals or already has animals. So we're gonna leave the pens that we have built, and whatever, like the coops, like where we have the bird aviary, we're gonna leave all of that there and just let whoever buys this property deal with that. We are gonna fix up the area that I told you about before, where the pigs are and the male sheep. Once he's gone, I'll be able to remove those panels that are there and use them or put them to the side, because we are planning on taking them with us, the panels and the T-posts and all of that. So this wind is crazy, and the storm isn't even supposed to start until I think tomorrow, Wednesday and Thursday. Let me try to get this closed up. So best case scenario, this property goes to somebody who does want to do the homesteading and farming or gardening, because we plan on leaving almost everything in place, and hopefully even more, fingers crossed, I want to leave the bird aviary if somebody wants to keep the parakeets and likes the little bird aviary that we have built, and that will eliminate the stress of even having to find the parakeets a different home. We have one person, it's actually a friend, and she has followed our farm, like our farm page on Facebook for so long, and we've basically watched her daughter grow up, because she visited the farm so much. I'm not sure if she watches this channel, but if she does, she'll know who I'm talking about. So she's been searching for property on land for a while, and of course the market is crazy, especially here in Florida. It's hard to find anything affordable with land, and we were kind of just very casually talking about that, about maybe her buying this property. They're already in love with the property. They've came to our open farm days for years and years and years while we hosted those, and her daughter of course loves all the animals. So that is a potential buyer. That is not for sure, of course. That's just like a very potential buyer. But it would be very, very cool to be able to sell this property to somebody like that I know, and I'd be able to kind of keep in contact with for the years to come, and somebody that would definitely appreciate all the work that we've done and the fruit trees that we've planted and the garden areas that we fixed up. So somebody that would appreciate that and not just kind of let it all get overgrown and abandoned over the years would be very nice. And it wouldn't feel so bad getting out of here and moving out of this property, because I know that all our work is not going to waste. So if that ends up working out, that would be pretty cool, to be handing down the property to somebody that we already familiar with and we've already grew a friendship over the years. And we know that her daughter would also enjoy this property a lot for all the coming years that they end up living here. And that would also make it easier, like for the parakeets, for example. I could ask them if they wanted to keep the parakeets, and if they decide to, I can just leave all that as is and wouldn't have to deal with it. But as of now, we've been doing pretty good on downsizing everything and making a little bit of pocket change while doing so. And then, yeah, pretty much when the animals are all gone, when all that is said and done, it's really just going to be house repairs and just making our property look pretty, fixing everything up, getting rid of anything that's lying around that doesn't really need to be here and that we don't think the next person who buys this property is going to need either. So just decluttering and cleaning up, tidying up. I think we have one of the nicer houses in our neighborhood because we don't have all the junk lying around and just things piling up on the side of the house. We try to keep everything as clean as possible, but I'm trying to really nitpick and clean everything up even better. And like I said, we don't know if we're even going to get to the point of showing our house and listing it and taking the pictures and having like the full house experience, because I literally already know like 2 people from the top of my head that would like to live here and would like to buy this property off of us. One, like I was telling you, my friend, she's for sure interested. We just have to see if all that's going to work out with the pricing and all of that, and we have to decide how much we're going to sell for, how much we should sell for, so that we can afford buying another property plus paying off the mortgage here. But you know what? God always has a plan, and the plan is already written out for us. We just have to continue following his way, and he's going to make everything work out. I'm already seeing it just in the way everything has played out, in us feeling like we needed to move but we didn't know where. We received the answers of where, and everything just seems to be working out just as planned, although we weren't planning this not too long ago. So it's just crazy how everything works itself out. And hey, if the person who is meant to have this property after us is already showing interest in it, then maybe it was already in God's plan. But if not, I think it's going to be very exciting to be able to list the house and see who's going to end up with it. I really don't know. That's like kind of a hard decision to make too, because people are definitely looking for land, looking for property, and this is one of the most beautiful properties. 5 acres, and it's all mostly cleared out except for the little bit of forest in the back. The house is literally move-in ready. It's not the most perfect and modern house, but it's move-in ready and it's perfect. There's just a couple like cosmetic details that we have to fix up, and then but like we're living in here perfectly fine and we're comfortable, so somebody can literally move in tomorrow and be comfortable as well. So in that case, like, it doesn't need any major repairs or anything. I feel like that is hard to find nowadays. So if we were to list up our house, I feel like we could get top dollar for it, and we could definitely get enough to be able to purchase something else somewhere else. But then if I have the option of this house going to somebody that I do know and that would appreciate all the work that we've done here, that is kind of like the decision that we have to make. Just kind of follow along that plan or try to list it and see who is going to pay the most for it. I'm leaning towards wanting to hand it down to somebody who does already familiar with the property and does want it and does want to live here and raise their child here. that would just be kind of cool. Not everybody gets that opportunity to actually know who bought their house after they moved away, so that'll be kind of fun. But we'll see what happens. I definitely want to get the most that we can get for this property because it's going to help with our goal of just reducing debt. My hope and my wish and my prayer is that we can sell this house, pay off our mortgage, which is definitely possible, and then get something that we don't have to get another mortgage for. Maybe pay it off in cash, even if it's something that needs a little bit of work and a little you know, a little bit of elbow grease to get fixed up how we want it. That is okay with us. I mean, the goal is to just cut out as much debt as possible, and not having a mortgage payment will definitely help with that. So that is our goal as a family, and we have to put our family first in a lot of situations as well. So I'm sure whatever is the best plan for us to proceed with the sale of this house will end up happening just as smoothly as everything has been happening so far. But anyway, I'm going to finish up what I'm doing. I can't really record out there because it's so windy. Hopefully this storm doesn't really do anything. Hope you guys are staying safe wherever you are at as well. And that is the end of this video. Just wanted to give you some quick updates, taking you along every step of our journey, no matter what it is that's going on. Tomorrow we should have some new meat chicks arrive, so that's exciting. I only ordered 25 this time, and I'm gonna wait about 4 weeks and order another 25 so we could kind of stagger them, because raising 50 at a time was a bit much for the hoop houses that we have. It got too crowded towards the end. And we didn't lose any birds from that batch, so that was good, but it was just too crowded. We had to literally move them so many times so that they wouldn't basically live in their own filth. So 25 chicks coming in. That is something we're going to continue until we actually move. We're going to continue raising the meat birds for our customers. And then that is it. We're just going to continue downsizing the whole farm, and that'll allow us to save money and continue to put our time towards what we need to put it, which is doing the little house repairs and cosmetic and painting and, you know, all that good stuff to get the house selling ready. So with that said, that's the end of this video. I'm going to finish up my work. I'll see you guys in the next one. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll keep you in touch with everything going on.